Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and we have some good news. The housing order has been lifted on the 9th and just in time for our birds arriving, so we've just timed that perfect, and then we'll have our birds in the farm and that'll really complete it. The only thing we're waiting on then will be our turkeys, and they'll be coming in early June. So we're really excited for that, and it's really good that we can have our birds outside again. That is super exciting. So let's take a look at what we got up to. So we are on garden beds. We've got John, our intern, with us, and it's pretty windy today, but it's dry. And last year we put in all these beds here, and my plan was always to put in these beds, but we never really got around to it. So we're going to fit in as many as we can until we hit the trees here. The trees are going to have roots in here that is going to suck nutrients away, but we're not, this is growing veg for ourselves. We're not a market garden, so it's not the be all and end all. And again, what we're doing is we're putting down cardboard. As we've recycled cardboard, so we're putting down whatever cardboard we have, and then we're putting about 4 inches of compost on this. I think most market gardeners here in Ireland are probably putting down 6 inches, and I can see why. It'll definitely help block out any weed pressure. We actually had the birds out on this before Christmas, so they took most of the vegetation off it, which is a good start, using the animals to do a bit of work. So we just borrow this out, and we have our pile of compost over there, and put wood chip in the path. John's an awesome man in the wheelbarrow. And now I need to put the camera down and get more cardboard. Okay, we're getting there. Got 8 beds in here, and yeah, these ones are going to get shaded out by the trees a little, but it'll still grow some veg. So we just got to finish by putting the path in there, and I'm thinking of putting my compost system just right up there, a New Zealand style composter, but that's down the line. So now we got 20 beds here altogether, and I think some plans have changed. Neve wants to add an enterprise to the farm potentially, and she's going to need some bed space, so I'm going to take the rest of this compost and probably run more beds. And we're in a triangle here, so we've got this area here from the gate, from the alder trees there, all the way up to the yellow wheelbarrow, and then back to the corner of the compost here. And I think we're just going to run as many beds as we can this way, and they will get shorter and shorter as they go along, but I reckon there's maybe 80 to 100 meters of bed space in this area, so that's going to be the next project, I think. We've got to try and get our hands on some more cardboard because we're pretty run out, so we'll get that sorted. But really happy with these beds. These beds, I think they just look really nice on the farm when you come in, and they'll look even nicer with veg growing in them. I think these are going to be potatoes, most of these, but I don't know if you can see up there too. I got my water harvesting tank on my roof of my brooder, and it's already half full, and it's only been there for 3 days, I think. So yeah, we get a lot of rain. Chicks are settling in well, and John's just servicing the brooder, and as you can see, we got help from my nieces. They do the 10 AM feed, and so the changeover here is getting quite busy. The ducks are getting so big, and got to change out their waters regular because they're quite messy, but it's just the nature of them. They have to clean out their nasal passages, and so we change their waters 4 times a day. Got 2 waters here, and they do wet the bedding a lot, so we have to keep rebedding them. So once we change their waters, we'll take some bedding and give them some fresh bedding. But they're getting big if we compare them to the little chicks here beside us. I don't want to take one and put it beside each other, but you can get a comparison. They're all a week old today. These guys are happy out. I'm really happy with how this brooder space is working out. We've had no issues, there's no condensation issues, birds are really healthy, mortality is at 0, so it's so far so good, and we'll keep you posted. We just got to keep on top, and we use our senses really to manage the brooder. We use our sight, we watch the chicks to see, are they making that nice donut around the lights, do they look like they're all where they should be, they're not huddling in corners. Then we use our nose for if we need to apply more bedding, if it's starting to smell and we need to get more carbon down. And we also use our ears for their little chirp. If you can hear them now, they're just content little chirping away. And I know if there's something up in the brooder, if I can hear the chicks and it's distinctive chirp, I know there's something up, and come over and check them out. Okay, so we're making some chev, got loads of goat's milk. I've actually got this set already, it's been resting overnight. Got my cheesecloth ready to go. Now we're just going to scoop. I'm going to move this closer. Look at that. Going to make some awesome goat's cheese. You should really cut this with a knife first. Make it easier to lift out. There's 2.5 litres of goat's milk here. And I just used rennet and a starter culture. Okay, I'm going to get this scooped out. Okay, I just tied it up there and I'm going to let it drip now for probably about 4 hours or so. Then I'll set it in the fridge and let it in the cloth and let it dry off some more. It's going to be a soft cheese. I could leave it hanging in the fridge longer to firm it up a bit more, but we'll check it out in a couple hours and see how it's looking. We'll have to season it a little bit with some salt. And now we have our cream cheese. I think it's really yummy. Good friend of mine told me once it's really easy to make cheese, but it's very difficult to make the same cheese consistently. Your temperatures, your times, everything has to be right. So I'm going to continue to play around with this, but thanks Nelly for the yummy cheese. These guys are doing great and they're trying to eat me. Nelly, no thank you. No thank you. Gilbert, what do you think? Nelly got sick on me day before yesterday. I let her out. I think she ate too much grass. She's having some issues, some diarrhea issues, and her milk was down. But she's back to herself now and she's all good. Goats really need a lot of roughage in their diet, and she just went to town on the grass, I think, didn't you? You just went to town on the grass. I give them access to hay all the time, but sometimes I think she forgets she's a goat and doesn't eat her roughage. Gilbert here, he's doing great too. They're really tame goats. I don't know what I'm going to do with Gilbert. Should I castrate him? I can't keep him here obviously as a buck. Should I castrate him, or should I see, can I find a home for him somewhere else? I'll obviously keep him here as a company to Nelly, but I need to find, my plan is maybe to find another goat, a nanny goat, that I can milk her and Nelly, and then we'll maybe just take them to a buck. But I can't move Gilbert on until I find a friend for Nelly. And obviously Gilbert's Nelly's son, so either I would have to move Nelly or Gilbert on, one or the other, or castrate Gilbert. Which I don't feel like doing that, to be honest. He's a really nice goat. Although their temperament probably does change as they mature and get sexually mature. But for now he's a nice guy to have around. And he likes him and he's nice with the kids. So why not keep him? Isn't that right, Gilbert? That's it for this video, guys. I gotta milk Nelly here and get these guys sorted for the evening. She's gonna tug on my jumper now, Nelly, and get her sorted. And we'll see you in a video again soon.